Cypher, death before the sun. Napstar. Let's get it. What would you do if you had two wishes and one to spare? Would you wish you didn't have to care? Or would you wish your vision was impaired so you wouldn't have to see the lies? Well, I know. I would wish for better skies, so when you look up, you don't shy a little inside. I would wish for bigger ties to destroy all the feelings you have to bring out.
We up here in the Napstar studio.
You know, just recording, making some raps, but we're doing the song. It's true. 3 wishes. We're talking about world peace, and we're talking about what we would do if you had 3 wishes and how you would use them.
Yeah, 3 wishes. Well, it's about how we would use our 3 wishes to escape from the world. We would dominate for world peace, you know? So when you get those 3 wishes, those are the 3 wishes you use to make your life better and everybody else's.
And not even escape from the world, escape from the game and having niggas die every day. It's too much.
Word. I had a friend named Pac out in Albany, and he got popped about 3 years ago. It was horrible. He was walking down the street and he was in the middle of a drive-by, and he got shot up. I went to go see him in Sunnyview. Last person to take a picture with him before he died. And my baby brother just died not too long ago, but that had nothing to do with the streets. But if I had 3 wishes, I'd pull those 2 back.
Word. I know I have some people that I'll bring back too. Not too long ago, I was just at a funeral. So I know how it is to lose people. And you don't need to have them die to lose them. You can just lose them to crack, cocaine, shit like that. Like, you can just lose them to everyday life. It doesn't have to be death.
Yeah, and you know, the streets, like, we both have mad street love. It's just what the streets have become, you know. I walk into a school and everybody be like, so woo, throwing up gang signs. I mean, we wear bandanas, but we're not repping a gang. This is a style.
Word.
And when I see people throwing up bandanas and throwing up gang signs, I think, wow, what a bunch of stupids. I used to do that, and I learned from that. I had a buddy who went to prison and ended up getting jumped. He didn't get killed, but he got stabbed a couple times, but he almost died. And what happened was he went into a cell, and he just got arrested. And, you know, he had a red bandana, and he thought he was a blood. I didn't think he was a blood. I knew he was posing. But when he went into prison, you know, he had to act tough, you know, to show him that he was something. So these guys came up to him and said, yo, you blood? He said, yeah. He said, who's your OG? You know, they swapped about their OGs and everything. And he said, you know what? I got you. In lunch, you come sit with us. So he showed up in lunch the next day. And then the guys were like, yo, come here. And so he was kind of nervous, but he felt like he fit in. So he sat with them, and they started talking to him. They were joking around and everything. So he thought he fit in. He thought that was his new family of Bloods. So they said, you know what? You come hang out with us later tonight in our part of the prison. He said, okay. He went to his room. He was still kind of nervous because it was his first day at the prison, so he stayed back. He went to lunch the next day, and they called him over to the table again. And they said, man, where were you last night? And he said, you know, I was just settling in because my first night in prison. They said, that's all right, homie. We got you. He went there that night. You know, they started talking about how life was on the outside before they came in. So he thought he was cool. He fit in. He went back to his cell, went to sleep that night. Next day later, they called him over to the table again. Did the same thing. They told him to come that night. He came that night. Door closed right behind him. Everybody threw a bunch of blue bandanas on their shoulders and sliced him.
True story, bro.
This has to stop. And the whole East Coast, West Coast, that has to stop.